Be sure to catch the next episode of Just Talking It Up on iTunes, Stitcher, your favorite podcast app, or on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.
Hey, you forgot our names.
No.
You did. You forgot our names.
Don't be silly. I'm Janet, you're Crash, see?
She's just like a goose. She wakes up in a new world every day.
This is the Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition for Friday, March 22nd. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather cold and wet today, and just maybe some severe weather over the weekend with thunderstorms and cold next week. So a lot on the plate. Let's get in there and check some of the Skycam shots around the network. And you know the deal. These were taken at the really early hour of 5 a.m. That's the Inverness Skycam. Little light rain around, not much. Had a few sleet patches and snowflakes late last night, but as expected, they did not amount to much. That's the Jasper Skycam. You can see the roads there are just wet. They're sitting at 37. And the Tuscaloosa Skycam, where they've seen a bit of light rain and a few ice pellets overnight. Big upper trough is over the northeast. That helped to bring the cold air down in here, and you can see a very active southern branch. It's going to create some forecast challenges for the weekend. Look at early morning temperatures, mostly mid to upper 30s. Birmingham at 38. Haleyville, the coldest spot there, they've got 35, and it's going to be a cool day today. We'll probably see low, maybe mid-50s, but some folks north of Birmingham could stay in the 40s all day, and again, that just doesn't look like spring. Again, sub-zero lows over the Canadian border. So cold up there. And it's going to be cold here next week. We're going to have multiple mornings with a freeze for the last week of March. That's peak at the radar at 5 o'clock, or actually 5:01, and you can see there was a little light rain and maybe a few ice pellets involved around Anniston and Jasper. And we'll see off and on light rain today and tonight, but nothing too heavy. Now, for the weekend, we've got winter storm watches up for parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, and includes St. Louis and Kansas City. And that same system is going to create a lot of rain and some storms down here. Now, convectively speaking, this is the outlook today and tonight. The standard slight risk over northern Louisiana and some of the adjacent states of Mississippi and Texas. And this is the outlook tomorrow and tomorrow night. And the guys have pulled the risk northward, almost to the Tennessee River, to include a pretty decent part of Alabama. And within that, there is an enhancement now, a 30% severe weather ring from roughly Tuscaloosa and Centerville and Clanton down to Mobile and Pensacola and Dothan. And again, we'll dig into this, but tomorrow night could be a long, stormy night for parts of the state. This is the rain for the next 5 days. This carries us through Wednesday morning of next week. And again, this is showing about 1 to 2 inches around here. All right, this is the GFS, the OZ run, valid at 1 o'clock local time today. Very energetic stream here and down below that. A little light rain at times today and tonight. Both models are showing a high today of 55. Surface low is around Dallas-Fort Worth. Rain not all that heavy, and it's not going to rain all day, but it could rain lightly at any time. Now, tomorrow, so many people have outdoor activities planned, and early in the week, it looked like tomorrow would be a total washout. Well, it still looks like a day with showers, but off and on showers and nothing really heavy, so you might be able to cram something in between the raindrops. This is the look valid at 1 o'clock, and again, there's a surface low over Texas. And we start to warm up as a warm front lifts northward from the Gulf. A reasonable chance now that we reach the mid, maybe upper 60s here tomorrow. Now, this is tomorrow night just after midnight, 1 a.m. And you can see the trough forming off to the west, so the upper support will be increasing. And down below that, the GFS has a surface low near meridian. With a warm front that should be extending from that thing. And the classic severe weather should be south and east of that surface low. So this would still suggest the southern half of the state has the best chance of a really big severe weather problem. And we've got snow, of course, back in the cold air over Missouri and parts of Kansas. We'll peak at the same time. This is coming off the NAM. It's got kind of a dual low structure, one near Fort Smith, Arkansas, one near Tupelo. And then if you go to 6 a.m., we'll go back to the GFS. It's got a 992 millibar low that's around Memphis, and at that point, the storms should be winding down. But if that surface low indeed lifts from Meridian almost due north up to Memphis, that would put a part of North Alabama in the warm sector during the pre-dawn hours Sunday. So, it could very well be for this part of the state, the greatest chance of severe weather might be from midnight to 6 a.m. This is late tomorrow night and early Sunday morning. This is the instability forecast coming off the NAM, and this is early Sunday morning. And I'm not this looks overdone to me. This has the lifted index almost down to a -6. That put the surface-based capes at over 1,500 joules. But on the other hand, the GFS is not that aggressive. The GFS does not bring surface dew points into the 60s here. In fact, the highest surface dew point I can find on the GFS is like 54, which is somewhat marginal. And these are the shear values at the same time, and it seems like the greatest shear is displaced a little bit to east of the instability axis. And this is the EHI, the Energy Helicity Index. Again, this is early Sunday morning, pre-dawn hours, and this is off the NAM, and that's pretty high. It ramps it up to a 2, which is very significant. So there's more questions than answers at this point. I think clearly for the southern part of Alabama, yes, there's a firm severe weather risk tomorrow night and early Sunday. The risk is more conditional for the northern half, but it's certainly there. And we'll mention strong to severe storms tomorrow night. I'd say the main risk in terms of timing, maybe 9 p.m. Let's take that back. 6 p.m. tomorrow until 6 a.m. Sunday. Let's open up that 12-hour window. And we'll fine-tune that as we get closer. Now, this is Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. The surface low is north of Nashville, and we're getting into colder air. And again, like we've talked about, Sunday could be a day with falling temperatures. We might wind up, in the 60s during the morning, and then we fall into the 50s in the afternoon, kind of cloudy, maybe some light rain or drizzle Sunday. And the next week is just cold and dry. This is Monday. Look at the cold air advection. We'll start the day around freezing, the high only in the low to mid-50s. And look at Tuesday. We're not going to get out of the 40s if this is right. Get Tuesday morning, we'll have a freeze. Wednesday morning, we'll have a freeze. I think we'll be in the 20s early Wednesday. And again, the high Tuesday maybe in the 40s, mid-40s, and then Wednesday back in the 50s. And then Thursday, that should get us back in the 60s. And at the end of next week, a week from today, some evidence of rain coming back in here. We'll go out a couple of more days. This is Sunday evening, March 31st. Uh-oh. Big old nasty-looking surface low that's west of Memphis. And the next morning, this is Monday morning, April 1st. Again, the model has really strongly been suggesting strong to severe storms around the 1st of April for multiple days. There's been very good consistency in this idea. And on the 5th, that looks like another system with a surface low south of here, and that would be just wet. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. And don't forget, if you can, to watch us on ABC 3340 News this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10 on the live stream or the television side. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Hi, I'm Steve Sample with Bama Talk. Don't miss a single episode of Bama Talk Show, available now on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app, and on the web at bigbrainsmedia.com.